He had you by the balls, Doc.
He had you by the balls, Doc. He had your tight, squeezed balls in his hands and said, if you ever cross me, boy, I'ma tell everybody you stole from the Russians. Hello. We are infiltrating the crater base today.
Snake, you're north of the village. The truck carrying the nukes is heading towards the heart of the mountain. That's its final destination. We've got no intel on what lies beyond, so stay sharp.
Oh, I'll stay sharp as a pencil out here. And I'm sorry for any time the audio is crackling, even before any Let's Play that was on the PS3. I don't understand what it is, but especially on the PS3, I don't know what it is. The other times I could attest it to, oh, it's something PC related that I just don't know, which is why it's crackling. But this is a PlayStation 3, and I looked it up, and then that this is a common occurrence with this game in general. But let's go ahead, and we want to have the supply marker, and we want to have the Mosin-Nagant. C4, I don't know if we'll need, but we'll keep it. And you know what? Don't subscribe, please. It really does help. I don't really...
Cross the bridge and head north.
I will do. I don't really ask at the beginning of the episode, but just this one time I'll experiment. It really does help. We're almost at 500 subscribers, and we're at 500 and... Wait, what am I doing? I have a Mosin-Nagant. We're at 512 hours watched, which is pretty interesting to think about, that people have watched on the long form videos. It doesn't count the short form videos, but that people have watched 512 hours of my content. I appreciate every single one of y'all that have done that. I should be able to jump down there, right? It doesn't matter. There were stairs anyway. Oh, come on now.
Someone attack! The enemy's attacking! Going to alert status!
Understood. Dispatching reinforcements. Proceed with extra caution.
What's that? What is it?
I don't know why I'm using a pistol. I should just...
Get up!
We're fine. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Everything's A-okay. Okay. Everyone's taken care of. We can continue in peace. Can't go that way. That's it? No secrets? Nothing? Oh, that seems a very straightforward path. Only this area, 2 more areas after this one. What the fuck was that?
If you had something to stand on, you could probably reach that.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Don't know how that works going through concrete ceiling.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Why did Kaz go, ugh, alright. That's the first time he's ever made any reaction. By just one person? Oh no.
I'm seeing things.
Yeah, you are. Just stay looking the way you're looking.
I'm seeing things.
Whoa, what the, what? Did you see that zoom? What was that? Right in the dick, dude. I didn't mean to. Sorry.
I'm seeing things.
Alright, how many do we have left? 4? We can call for more, right? You're gonna go to sleep?
Enemies close by.
Jeez, man. Took you long enough.
That's a truck route you're on. Their base is up ahead. Move out.
Their base should be beyond that transport route.
Rockets can travel a long way to their target. Never assume you're out of range.
Okay.
Even we have never been past there.
Looks like the entrance is on the mountainside. Better hurry, Snake.
There should be an entrance about halfway up the mountain. Be careful. Wish there was something I could do. Be strong, Snake.
Looks like the entrance is on the mountainside.
Yeah.
Looks like the entrance is...
There should be an entrance about...
Looks like the entrance is... Our future is in your hands.
There should be an entrance. You're doing great, Snake. Peace.
Okay. They really were just saying the same thing over and over again until I started spamming it. And that's when they hit me with those catchphrases. Our lives are in your hands, Snake.
The base is beyond that fort. You've got to get past it somehow.
Why is the audio all of a sudden just louder than it was yesterday? Or like not episode 1 through 3's recordings seemed fine. Ooh. Okay, there's 2 of you up there. Alright, let's... Okay. I think we're doing good. Let's put on the sound thing. I prefer this radar over MGS4's radar. The Feels radar I did not care for so much. It was not good. That would be like one of my few critiques about MGS4. Alright. Yes, yes. What was that? Oh, I don't have my box anymore. Fuck. That sucks. I only get 1 box. Let's support supply request marker that is set. Once set, receive ammo and items. What does it say? Heroism decreases with overuse.
You're almost at the enemy base. Just a little bit farther.
How do I use it? Once set, press R1.
You have to get through that fort. Their base is beyond it.
Oh, okay.
They've okayed your request for a cardboard box. It'll be sent out shortly.
What? What? Why did... I'm doing it. What the fuck? I'm literally doing it. Why was it taking so long? I mean, a cardboard box is fine, I guess. I was kind of hoping for... Where's my cardboard box? Hello? It said I got a cardboard box, right? Hello? Okay, I don't understand what just happened.
Start talking.
I don't know how they don't see me. No, don't. Okay. I don't know what heroism is, but I kind of want to use this again.
They've okayed the request for support. They're sending out a cardboard box as we speak.
Oh, I get it. They're not sending out a cardboard box for me to, like, use as a cardboard box. They're sending a cardboard box out with supplies in it, and it's random. Okay. Upsetting.
Wait! An intruder? Can't be imagining things. Can't be imagining things.
But you are. I just need both of you to go to sleep.
What's going on? Rise and shine.
Oh, there's a third one up there.
What's going on? Rise and shine.
Oh, yes, yes. You're pretty good.
Start talking.
What's going on? Rise and shine. The enemy's here!
Is it really raining outside? If so, that's actually crazy. The fact that I can't get more whatchamacallit, balloons is crazy. I'm sorry, I've run out of balloons.
No support available in that location. Get to a place with fewer barriers.
Man, that sucks. Sorry, compas. That's upsetting. How am I supposed to get more? You only give me 9 per mission. Upsetting. Yeah, it's raining outside. That's crazy.
Guys, I'm inside the facility. There's rows and rows of trucks here.
If that's where they brought the nukes, then the truck we're after should be there. Snake, can you tell which one of the trucks brought the nukes? One of them must have the same license plate as the one from the terminal.
48273.
Metal Gear.
No?
Where are they?
Okay, poker chips. Why is that one so long?
Nothing.
1-4. Oh! That's That's Mei Ling! Mei Li, or is it Mei Ling? I can't remember.
Sunlight!
What? What is this gag? 64779, 63824, 577. This one?
Not this one.
I wonder what that's a reference to.
Mr. Kojima.
What? Hello? Mr. Kojima?
This is the one. The exhaust's still warm. But the cargo's already been offloaded.
I did. Oh, okay. I'm glad I was there still one more to do? Was that the last
Just
one?
a minute. This isn't what we agreed
Oh, I'm sorry.
on.
I'm yelling.
It's too late. The changes have already been finalized.
You told me it was going to be a deterrent, that we wouldn't have to launch.
I am not arguing with you, Doctor. Our goal is to create the perfect.
Is that OTACON?
That's why I agreed to help develop it.
However, in order to achieve that perfect deterrent, we must show the world our strength. 3 key principles ensure effective nuclear deterrence. First, you must have nuclear weapons. Second, you must never use them first.
OTACON?
And third, and most important,
Dr. Emmerich, Hal?
if someone attacks you, you must strike back. Unless we prove beyond a doubt that these 3 principles work in practice, the world will not accept our new deterrent. And the only way to do that is to show them we're capable of actually launching a nuke.
But isn't deterrence supposed to stop nukes from being used?
Exactly. And so the one we launch will be the last one ever.
I won't let you use my creation like that.
Your creation.
Oh no, he's in a wheelchair. That is not
That thing
OTACON.
wasn't even your idea to begin with. You stole it, didn't you?
Stole it? You're one to talk. You got the idea for bipedal locomotion from the communists in the first place.
You listen to me, Doc. Keep quiet. Do as I say. And not another word about stolen ideas. Should we succeed here, you'll be the toast of the scientific community. And your name will go down in history as champion of both progress and national security.
The hell with that.
Doctor! Unless we prove
Come on,
we're
just say his
capable of
name.
launching, Peace Walker is useless as a deterrent.
They said Peace Walker!
You used me! We used each other. I'll get my old director's job back at headquarters, and you'll finally be able to walk tall among your colleagues.
I won't let you get away with this!
How unfortunate. Guess I'll just have to take your legs for myself.
He had the peace sign on his back of his head. What the fuck?
Peace won't just come to us, Doc.
Oh no, that's his legs. I thought
We
he
are
was...
going to have to meet it halfway. V for victory.
H. Richard Graney? Was that what it is? I didn't see the last name quickly.
Wait!
Hey, you okay?
Don't do it!
Snap out of it. Where are the nukes?
He's gonna do it! He's gonna launch a nuke!
P.S. Why is it walking and not... What? What kind of fucking... We just saw it use wheels. Why is it, like, walking? Peace Walker is an actual, like, machine. What the f... is that?
Take him out!
No! Another, Dude, this is actually loud. What did they call it? The Shadow Ball. Pupa? Pupa?
It's one of the unmanned! Heads up!
Okay, I was like, please let me start this as a new mission, because I do not have the machine or the weapons to take care of that. Okay. Oh, cutscene interaction bonus. 0 out of 10. What? I guess I will, when editing, look back through the cutscene. Didn't we go through all of the whatever?
I got a report in from the R&D team. They finished plans for a new Hex-type plant, and today they're gonna start construction on the first block. Can't wait to finally say goodbye to this scrap heap. Only thing is, we don't have nearly enough GMP. We'll need to recruit more soldiers to get more GMP. You know what to do, Snake.
Yeah, but you only give me 9 per mission. What? So am I just supposed to replay missions to get more? We recruited Hideo Kojima. Oh my god, that is so cool. We recruited Hideo Kojima to our plant. That is absolutely wild. GoldenEye, did that say Mantis? I think I've seen new plant has been built thanks to staff efforts. He's just normal. He's not like unique. We can either put him in medicine or... So we go from 16. Let's put him in... provide medical treatment to examinations to increase all staff members' resistance to sickness. Also enables you to develop more powerful tranquilizers. Develop equipment such as radars to support intelligence activities, enhance your abilities to provide support strikes and supply drops from mothership base. Okay. Let's do medical team. R&D. Smoke grenades. Nice. Medical team. Medical team. We got Badger going to the R&D. Alright. Ooh, Rations 2.0. We got Llama going to the R&D. We got Chipmunk going to the R&D. Got Jay. Now we just need Silent Bob. Okay. Of course, Jay would be in the mess hall. We got Platypus going to the combat unit. We got Bushbuck going to the combat unit. And Sea Otter going to the medical team. Yeah, GoldenEye. Oh my god. What other cool ones we got? We got Mantis, Sea Cucumber, and Anopheles. What the hell is that? Eagle Ray. Linnet. Whatever. Wren? Okay, that's an interesting name. Cabbage White. Raccoon Dog. Okay. We got Dugong. That's a Pokemon. Shelduck. Ape. Dude's just named Ape. Jay, Yak, Jay. We got 2 J's. The Rusher Shark. Chicken Grunt. Oh, that's right. Chicken Jockey. Hideo. Still can't believe we did that. Frogfish. Okay. Interesting. So, database, trade, versus op, staff, delivery. Nope. Good all there. What does that say? Food is at 131%. Well, that's good. Gotta make sure them boys and girls eat. Nom, 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 nom. Alright, we got target demolition and pupa battle. Yeah, let's get into the pupa battle.
Careful, Snake. I've never seen anything like that, and I've got no idea how to bring it down. Maybe the scientist knows. However you do it, take that thing out.
Alright, and you've got no files.
Pass. What was the government thinking, building a power plant at the top of a mountain? With no river to replenish the water, the lake would dry up pretty quick.
If it were an ordinary power plant. But the plan called for a pumped storage power plant.
Pumped storage power plant? Kaz mentioned that too. What is that?
It is a facility that generates electricity by pumping water up to the lake, then letting it run back down.
Huh. Seems Sisyphean to me.
If they turned the water into electricity as soon as they had pumped it up, sure. But a pumped storage plant acts as a kind of battery.
A battery?
For instance, They could pump at night when there is surplus electricity and store it for later use. If they need extra power during the day, they can generate it using water pumped up during the night.
I get it. It's a little more difficult to adjust output with thermal or nuclear plants.
The thing is, Costa Rica won't have enough electricity to meet its needs. Right now, there is no surplus.
Maybe that's what put the brakes on the project. Must have played right into the CIA's hands.
Hold on. I want to see something. That sucks. I can't adjust the setting, the audio setting. Man, that's the one thing I hate about the new updated capture. Wait, can I do there? No, I can't. I can't change. I used to be able to change the audio that was out. That I keep wanting to say OBS. It's not OBS. Elgato. What Elgato would be outputting?
Watch out! It's El Galapago. It reduces its body weight by blasting air underneath it. That makes it a lot faster than any tank. It also has a tight turning radius.
Any weak points?
Taking out its boosters could reduce its acceleration. You could also try destroying its machine guns.
I'll give it a shot.
We've lost many compas to that thing. Send it to the scrapyard.
Okay, okay. Wonder if I'll be able to... Now is it? No, it's not. For some reason I thought it was over... It was now larger. He doesn't have anything new. Alright. So we will not need the Mosinagant. SSDC. They're both the same. Yeah, so we can just use a supply thing. C4. Alright. I think we'll be good. So oddly enough, I didn't have to work at 12. Like I said I had to work at 12:30. And so I could have maybe done the last mission in last episode. I like how he's always got the M16, but I never have it. Holy shit, this is huge!
That's an AI weapon, the pupa. It's fast, so be careful.
Oh, barely touched me.
Engaging shock units.
Aim for the cylindrical AI pod.
Oh, I did good at figuring that part out already. I don't know how we're not referencing like the Shagobah.
Do you have enough ammo and items? Send us a support request.
Oh. Okay.
Take those lightning rods out. They direct its electroshock attack.
What? I wanna take... Where'd it go? Where'd she go?
There'll be some warning signs when it's coming out.
Here it is, that cylindrical pod.
Oh, dang it. I need to, No. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, man, I'm not used to triangle. Yes, okay, I got C4.
High voltage incoming.
How do I stop the high voltage? He probably said it and I wasn't paying attention. Mate T. Recover psych? Do I have psych? I didn't think I had psych. She's like freaking skateboarding or something. Come on, I need RPG ammo. Where's she going? Oh, she's gonna do a jump. What's up here?
Throw the hatch and climb into the AI pod! You should be able to get in the AI pod!
Oh, okay. I thought I had to blow it. I thought you said blow it open first and then get in. Do I get to drive the pupa?
Pull out all the AI's memory boards before the pod's ejected. The black memory boards are locked. Go after the boards with icons over them. You can unlock memory boards by destroying the mechanical components that they control. Any boards you remove can be used to build our own AI weapon. Memory boards have different functions according to the icons displayed over them. Go ahead and take whichever ones you want.
Okay. It's interesting. Why were there different color ones, but most of them are green? Okay, so we're taking AI. No! Oh, okay, I didn't realize I had a time limit. Oh, man. I only had one more to get. Was that... what the fuck was that? Where'd that AI cylindrical go?
That was an unmanned weapon. A prototype. I made it myself.
Who are you?
I work here. Well, used to anyway.
Huey?
Name's Huey.
Christopher Rand. That's OTACON's voice actor, isn't it?
And who might you be? You don't look like one of those mercenaries.
Me. I'm an entomologist.
A fighting entomologist?
Yeah, I specialize in butterflies. I'm here to catch Ulysses.
Ulysses? Huh. I didn't think they lived in Costa Rica. Morphos, maybe?
That's it. Need to get some before the Washington Treaty goes into effect.
Says here Morphos aren't covered under the treaty.
Must have slipped my mind.
You sure you're feeling all right?
Anyway, long story short, the butterfly got away. So how about it, Doc? Did you make that big butterfly too?
Yes. And no.
What was that thing? What are they doing here?
Huh. Something tells me you're no ordinary entomologist.
Is he vaping? Is that an early vape? What the fuck is that?
The nukes were loaded on that machine. The project's entering its final phase.
Project?
That's right. The thermonuclear warheads they brought in, the bases scattered throughout Costa Rica, the mercenaries, the AI weapons, the research we were conducting here. It's all for this. We used this facility to develop unmanned weapons.
Unmanned?
Robots. The one you just fought was a pupa. There's also a flying type called Chrysalis and a treaded type, the Cocoon.
Okay.
Motor control, target detection, tracking, attack, capture, and transport functions are all controlled by an electronic brain. There's no need for a human pilot. They can only follow simple commands, though.
Why build them here?
Is that...
the CIA.
That's Rex.
They invited me here
That's
a year
Rex
ago.
Mark II.
That's who that guy was.
CIA's station chief for Central America. Goes by the name of Hot Coldman. Apparently he was some sort of hero back at the height of the Cold War. He's the one running the show. We called it the Peace Walker Project.
Peace Walker.
They're going to deploy a new type of nuclear weapon along the Caribbean coast of Latin America. A mobile, unmanned nuclear platform.
Unmanned nuclear platform?
A fail-deadly system that can automatically move into position and launch a retaliatory nuclear strike. It can move on its own, and stealth shields it from radar and satellite detection, drastically reducing the risk of it being destroyed in a preemptive strike.
And this is the new deterrent?
Supposed to be. The problem is the locomotion system. There's no dry season in the Caribbean. It rains all year round. The terrain is full of tropical rainforest. A lot of the time you can't even build a proper road. So I went back to where it all started.
What's that?
Legs. Walking power. A mobile launcher carrying a thermonuclear warhead even more powerful than the Soviet RDS-220s. That's Peace Walker.
Chico's Basilisco.
We did the assembly and field testing here.
I've got to keep my hand on the controller.
Nuke.
I sort of borrowed the original idea from behind the Iron Curtain.
The missing link between infantry and artillery. Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. But they'd actually need to deploy dozens of them. Coldman needs funding for that. And to get it, he's planning a test, which will also serve as a demonstration for the folks back at Langley.
Wait, he's launching a nuke to prove that his perfect deterrent works?
In his words, to prove that if someone attacks us, we will strike back. Put simply, nuclear deterrence is the idea of using nukes to keep nukes in check. If one side launches nuclear weapons, the other is sure to launch theirs in retaliation, which makes launching an act of suicide. In the end, neither side can use its nukes. It's thanks to this doctrine that the world's two superpowers have avoided all-out confrontation. Nuclear deterrence has brought us peace. At the very least, it's prevented another world war from breaking out. But the theory of nuclear deterrence exists only on paper. In reality, there's no guarantee that either side would follow through with retaliation. There's the chance that a preemptive strike could destroy all the missile bases, render them unable to retaliate. But the biggest flaw in the theory is that the decision to retaliate has to be made by human beings. Let me give you a real-world example. Let's say Country X launches first against Country Y. If the people in charge of Country Y are like you and me, they're not going to be able to retaliate, knowing that they're effectively ending all human life.
So then the weak link in nuclear deterrence theory is the uncertainty of retaliation.
Bingo. And that creates a loophole Country X can exploit to launch the first strike. Which is why we designed the system to be unmanned. With Peace Walker, retaliation is certain. It chooses the appropriate target and launches a retaliatory nuclear strike, every time, without needing human input to make the call. Launching a nuclear strike against Peace Walker is tantamount to pushing the launch button against yourself. It closes the loophole in nuclear deterrence theory, rendering our friends in Country X completely unable to launch. What Coldman is saying is that to achieve this goal, we need to demonstrate that retaliation will be carried out by a machine. He will launch his nuke. And then his version of deterrence will be complete.
And you believe him?
I believe in peace through nuclear deterrence.
Why?
My father worked on the Manhattan Project. He put his whole life into that research. And all it created was this illusion of peace called deterrence. And then I was born, unable to walk. I had no choice but to face up to the nukes. But if they do end up launching, it'll all have been for nothing. They've got to be stopped.
Where'd they take the warheads?
To a base near the border. The final test is 5 days from now.
Where's the base?
You're gonna stop them? It's kind of a hike. And besides, there's a surefire way to halt the project. You see, Peace Walker isn't quite finished yet.
What do you mean?
It's missing one last critical structural component. The AI. Its brain. The reptile pod, the electronic brain I was working on, can only follow commands like, go there, attack that. I guess you could compare it to the human cerebellum. But for nuclear deterrence to work, it must function in place of a human decision maker. It needs something to analyze the huge volumes of data coming in and select an appropriate target for retaliation. Hence, it needs the high-level decision-making ability of a cerebrum.
A mechanical cerebrum.
The hardware configuration is modeled on the human brain, similar to the pod I worked on, but its role is completely different.
Where's it being made?
A research lab to the north. An AI expert named Dr. Strangelove.
Strangelove? Oh my god.
Hush.
Dr. Strangelove.
Strangelove was recruited from the States too. In the field of AI, there's no one better, that's for sure. But man, what a basket case. She hates everybody. Go to the lab and destroy Peace
Is that another like
cerebrum.
007
I'm
reference?
pretty sure they haven't finished the final calibrations yet. I'll lend you my ID card. It'll get you through security at the lab. Oh, and one more thing.
What's this? A letter of recommendation?
Yeah, it's from me to Dr. Strangelove. Don't read it, okay?
I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that letter.
So what will you do now?
Huey.
I'm done with science. At this rate, I'm probably already halfway to hell anyway.
Not so fast. Why not join us? Our place is outer heaven. You'd fit right in.
Outer heaven?
Yeah.
I'm probably better suited to something like that than this paradise.
Good. You get a free balloon trip for signing up. Enjoy it. You'll feel like a butterfly.
You're an agent, right?
No
Who do you work
way
for?
he said that.
I was a Cold War tool, same as you. Now I'm not so useful anymore, so they cut me loose. I don't answer to anyone. Call me Snake.
Snake. That name seems familiar somehow.
Does it?
Probably just deja vu.
See that there? Beyond the cloud forest? See those ruins?
Yeah.
That's where you'll find Dr. Strangelove's lab.
Sure that's not a volcano? Wow. What'd I get? B? Okay, not bad, not bad.
Snake, the doctor's safe here with us.
Huey, how are you feeling?
Never better. This is quite the pad you've got here, boss. I'm impressed.
Call me Snake.
Whatever you say. Like it or not, everyone here calls you boss. By the way, if you're at all interested in improving your tech, by all means assign me to the R&D section. I'm pretty sure I'll be of some use. Once we have the necessary materials and blueprints, we can start work on that bipedal mech.
I appreciate that, but are you sure you're okay with having your work used for war?
I'll be using it to keep past mistakes in check. If I can help thwart the Peace Walker project, I'm happy to do it.
Deterrence theory, Huey style, huh?
Anyway, if you need any intel on the enemy's weapons or electronic brains, contact me. I've been given my own frequency.
Sounds good to me, Doc. I'll do that.
Good. Whatever the means, you must put a stop to their plans.
Dude. Let me know about... Was this talked about?
Hey, boss, you mind if we powwow for a sec?
What now? MSF brand rations?
Actually, that sounds... No. With all the men we have now, it may be time we started sending some of them to other countries.
You mean dispatching marks?
How else are we going to keep feeding the crew we have?
I know. You're right.
Okay, to deploy troops, select Outer Ops from the Mother Base menu. If it goes really well, we might even get new recruits, weapon design specs, or leads on new missions. We can deploy any vehicles or large-scale weapons in our arsenal as well.
And if things don't go really well?
Yeah, we could lose men. I won't try and force you. You're the one calling the shots here, boss.
Okay. Like I was saying, that has been the most Metal Gear part of this game so far. Everything, I mean, just mainly because of the reference, like, that is definitely OTACON. Like Huey, was that referenced in the first 3 games or 4th game? That I knew about his grandfather that worked on the Manhattan Project. I know about that lore, but was there lore about this in between? Like, is this his dad, or like what's happening? Was that a liquid magazine? Oh, night vision goggles, nice. All right, let's put you on the R&D team. Let's make sure we get the Fulton system 3. Oh, we can't do night vision. I don't have enough for much of anything else. In outer ops, you continues conflict zones to participate in mechs that sustain damage in battle. Okay. I think I'll figure it out. Destroy the infantry unit 1. Let's do the tank. Alright, we'll send out Sparrow, Alligator. What does the yellow circle mean? Can we assign both mechs? I'm gonna just test that one out and see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm not too sure. If that goes well, we'll do another one. Alright, so armored vehicle battle. Oh, another armored vehicle battle, a BTR. And then travel to the Cloud Forest. Okay. Let's travel to the Cloud Forest.
Snake, Peace Walker is the heart of the enemy's project. To prevent its completion, you'll need to either shut down or destroy the artificial intelligence that functions as its brain. According to Huey, that AI is now undergoing final calibrations in Strangelove's lab. It's inside a tropical cloud forest. Slip in and terminate that AI before they ship it out.
No problem, boss. Oh, wait. I'm boss.
We've also confirmed that some of the enemies specialize in ambushes. Amanda's crew calls them scouts. They'll blend themselves in with the terrain and the vegetation. Then, when they see you, they'll swoop in. They fight pretty much like commandos, and will use clearing techniques to flush you out. In addition to wielding normal weapons, the scouts also carry wires.
Sounds like
Wires.
These guys know their CQC.
Could be. We've been getting reports of CQC attacks being blocked by wires. Stay alert.
Oh, it's like the rope in Death Stranding. You could, if someone tried to CQC you, you could take the rope and like, oh, yep, I just stopped to. Can't do it.
Are there any large-scale ruins in Costa Rica, Paz?
There is a place east of Cartago called Guajabu. They have ruins there, but they're not especially big.
Not the place I'm thinking of. Any others?
Well, if you go a little way across the border into Nicaragua, there's a place called La Fortaleza de la Inmaculada Concepción. That is the only famous one.
Then what were those ruins I saw from up on Irasu?
There are a lot of things we still do not know about Costa Rica's ancient civilizations. There are giant stone spheres throughout the country. What they were used for is still a mystery.
Okay, so base aliens.
The cloud forests cover the central mountainous region of the country. They are perpetually shrouded in fog. You get wet just standing there.
Fog? Oh,
It is
shit.
as if the entire forest is inside a cloud.
Must make for poor visibility.
It does, but beauty too. It is like being lost in some mystical green labyrinth.
I'd rather not get lost, if that's okay.
The forests are also home to lots of rare animals, especially bright-colored frogs. They like the humidity.
Yeah, I love frogs. Tree frogs are so cool.
You know that butterfly painted on Peace Walker? Any idea what that is?
It is a morpho, a Palladius morpho, if I'm not mistaken.
Pallades morpho.
Uh-huh. It is the most common
Pallades
type of morpho
morpho's
in Costa Rica.
nuts.
Huh.
It has
I don't
these
think that works.
gorgeous metallic blue wings that shimmer in the light. You can see them even from a distance.
You mean they reflect light?
Correct. It is called structural color. Morpho scales have tiny bumps on them that interfere with the light and make them look blue. The space between the bumps corresponds to the wavelength of the blue light.
Let me see if I get this. So if you could change the spacing, you'd end up seeing a different color.
That is the principle. I heard somewhere it is being researched as a way to color cloth without dye.
Think of the camouflage you could make with that.
Is that all you can think of?
Hey, it's important. What I don't get is why they'd put a butterfly on Peace Walker.
It's funny because that camouflage
because
would
it
be
looks
invented
pretty.
in
I hope that's
MGS4
how it is.
2014.
This area is a tropical cloud forest, continually covered in a thick mist. It is quite a mystical place.
Selva de la Leche. Forest of Milk.
Forest
I
of
can barely
Milk.
see in
What the
front
fuck?
of me.
There you go again. The forest is basically sitting in a cloud, so of course it's going to be hard to see. But you know, the cloud forest is the only place many exotic creatures can live.
Well, if they're not edible, I'm not interested.
Snake, I'll have you know people travel from all around the world to witness Costa Rica's unique
Dude, all he
fauna.
cares about is food. All he cares about is food.
Snake, watch out for the frogs.
Why? They bite? Relax. No frog's ever eaten a snake. Although, I've feasted on a few frog's legs myself.
But they are dangerous. They are poisonous.
Poisonous?
Poison dart frogs live up to their name, I assure you. Their poison is so strong, the Indígena use them to make poison-tipped arrows. Some secrete poison through their skin. Even touching them can be dangerous. So don't go petting them or anything.
So, I can't eat one.
I am warning you.
No, Snake, you can't eat the poisonous, deadly tree frog.
From here on in, you'll be in a cloud forest. The ground is covered in vegetation. You'll have plenty of hiding places, but so will the enemy.
I'll keep an eye out for scouts.
Trying to force your way through would be suicide. Know the enemy's location before making any moves. Too bad you don't have some sort of radar.
I could try night vision.
Once you know where an enemy is, decide how you want to handle him. You could get into his blind spots.
Or drop him from a distance before he even has a clue someone's around. An eye for an eye, right?
Eye, right? He's got an eye missing. Eye for an eye.
Chico, you know much about cloud forests?
Not that much. All I know is there's a world of difference between a rainy rainforest and a foggy cloud forest. But they have some things in common. But like for instance, you gotta watch out for poison dart frogs. Both rain and cloud forests have high humidity, so they're perfect environments for frogs and other amphibians. I mean, it's not like just touching a strawberry poison dart frog or a dying dart frog is going to kill you. But don't eat them, no matter how hungry you get.
I can get all the rations I need from Mother Base. No jungle food for me this time.
Seriously? You're not disappointed you don't get to eat wild animals?
What do you think I am?
Just kidding. In Colombia, though, there's a frog, the golden dart frog, that's lethal to the touch.
How do you know all this?
Come on. Don't you think poisonous animals are cool?
Not if you get poisoned by one.
Well, obviously. One more thing. When you get to the forest, be on the lookout for Bigfoot.
I think I'll be okay there.
I wonder if we'll be able to get the golden tree
Bigfoot
frog.
is an ape-man that lives in the Rocky Mountains. In the local Indian language, he's known as Sasquatch. And get this, he's over 3 vara. Can you believe that?
So he's kinda like a gorilla?
Completely different. Even the biggest gorillas only get to about 2 vara, and they walk on their knuckles. Bigfoot's big, and he walks on 2 feet, like people.
So he's more man than ape.
Probably. His ancestors must have split off from humans at some point. Like before they started using tools and stuff.
Yeah, but aren't the Rockies kind of far away from here?
Not that far. According to Darwin, humans came all the way over here from Africa. Plus, there have been sightings in Venezuela of an ape-man called Mono Grande. Costa Rica has tons of plant and animal species. So I'd expect there to be at least one kind of ape-man.
At least.
Dude, he's just staring into my... They're all just staring into my soul.
Gotta admit, I've never heard of Mono Grande.
Yeah, he's not as famous as Bigfoot. He's similar, but he lives in Venezuela. He's not that big, less than 2 vara, but he's way more ferocious than Bigfoot. I wonder just how mean he is. Like when he catches his prey, does he punch it to death?
That's the law of the wild. You catch your prey, you kill it, and you eat it.
Yeah. But punching is way more ferocious than biting.
Well, maybe it seems that way because that's what humans do. You really love UMAs, don't you, Chico?
Do you know what I think? I think UMAs should be dangerous. Otherwise, where's the fun in hunting them?
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to hunt a nice guy. Okay. The briefing may be the end of the episode, depending on how long this goes on for.
Doc, I'm starting to sense your feelings about nukes are a little different from your colleagues.
How do you mean?
Your little chat with Coldman back there.
I told you my father worked on the Manhattan Project, right? You're familiar with it?
The basics, yeah. It was the project that kicked off the nuclear age.
That's right. Some of the finest minds of the 20th century, including multiple Nobel Prize winners, worked on it. They spent over $2 billion, and that's in 1940s money. It culminated in the successful nuclear test at Alamogordo on July 16th, 1945.
And the first use in combat a few weeks later. Doc?
I can't walk.
What?
My spine isn't shaped like everybody else's. I can't move my lower body, so I've never taken a single step, not since I was born.
What's that got to do with your dad being in the Manhattan Project?
As a result of his research, my father was exposed to high doses of radiation. It can't be a coincidence that my chromosomes are messed up. That's why I didn't want for these nukes to be another sword of Damocles. I wanted to give them a real purpose, to be a deterrent against war.
Doc.
And Coldman, we have to stop him, whatever it takes.
Man, that sucks. To really think that this has definitely got to be Huey's dad. I mean, Hal's dad, OTACON's dad, or uncle, somebody
August 6th,
related.
1945, Hiroshima. August 9, Nagasaki.
The atom bomb attacks on Japan.
My father was married to his work. I don't have a single memory of going places or doing stuff with him on weekends. But even as a kid, I knew on some level that it was for his family. I respected him. My mother used to tell me all the time, "Your father is a brilliant scientist. He saved countless American boys from death. You should be proud of him."
Yeah. You could say the war ended because of those bombs.
When I was in the 5th grade, a Japanese student transferred to our class. She showed me photos of Hiroshima after the bomb. I couldn't believe my eyes. A city of over 350,000 people reduced to a scorch mark on the ground by a single atomic bomb. Houses blown off their foundations, burned to ashes. The only things left standing were the skeletons of steel-framed buildings. And it wasn't just the buildings. Blackened corpses on the side of the road. Survivors covered head to toe in severe burns. Within a few months, over 70,000 had died in Nagasaki, twice that in Hiroshima. For years after that, I couldn't talk to my father. Couldn't even stand to look at his face.
I know how you feel, Doc, but your father's your father.
If he hadn't worked on that project, my body wouldn't be like this. I could be researching something else. I could have lived a normal life.
This man's family cannot catch a break whatsoever.
It wasn't so long ago the world stood on the brink of nuclear war.
Just over on the other side of the Caribbean.
I was 17 at the time. I'd skipped a few grades and was a sophomore at MIT. I remember feeling kind of apathetic about the news that came in every day. It seemed clear to me that as long as they had a grasp of the concept of nuclear deterrence, there was nothing to fear.
Either that, or they were fanning that fear on purpose.
As a way to secure a bigger defense budget? I could see that. But if that was their plan, it kind of backfired.
Because it ushered in the era of détente between East and West.
Coldman's really gonna do it this time. Once the nuclear genie is out of the bottle, the yoke of deterrence is going to be meaningless. People will die. Cities will burn. We have to stop him now before it's too late to turn back.
Dude, the space race and the Cold War arms race.
So you've been doing nuclear research your whole life?
No, not really. At first, I wanted to be an aerospace engineer. For me, the Sputnik launch was a good shot, not a bad one. I thought the age when science was used for war was over, and that a glorious age of space exploration was dawning. The year I skipped ahead and got into MIT, Gagarin went into orbit, which made me more excited than ever. Of course, even back then, I knew the space race was just another facet of the Cold War.
Moscow had a leg up on us, and we were desperate to catch up.
I know. But for me, it was a happy time. I joined NASA, got to do the kind of research I loved. Our nation's prestige hinged on our work. They gave us whatever resources we asked for. I knew you could turn a rocket into an ICBM by fitting it with a nuclear warhead, but that didn't bother me so much. It didn't last long, though. The space and nuclear arms races took up enormous sums of money. America beat Russia to the moon, but that's where it ended.
Then came détente.
Exactly. NASA's budget was slashed as a result. My father being a nuclear expert and all, they put me to work on a more obvious deterrent: missiles. At NASA, I'd been researching a locomotion system for lunar exploration. Tires aren't suited to driving around on the moon, you know. And that's how I caught Coldman's eye.
Interesting. So he was working at NASA. His family was working at NASA before working on the... Well, his dad wasn't, the grandfather working on the Manhattan, but he was working at NASA before working in the robotics. Like, well, from what it sounds like, it's kind of like it was never a clear-cut, hey, you're working on this now. It was like a slow, gradual molding of like, oh, well, you are helping with the space exploration. Oh, well, we've made it. Now you got to make missiles. Now you got to make this. Now you got to make, oh, now you're making nukes.
The aim of the Peace Walker project is to achieve robust nuclear deterrence across Central America by deploying a new nuclear weapon system along the Caribbean coast. Peace Walker is also the name of the system itself.
A nuclear weapon named Peace. I can just see the look on Kaz's face. So why exactly does this new system need legs in the first place?
Because it's a walker, an unmanned weapon moving under its own power and capable of launching a deterrent strike from anywhere. That's the whole idea behind Peace Walker.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, because like nukes are bringing peace and it's walking. So so part of my theory was right about like why it's called peace walking is because Peace was walking, because I thought because of Paz being named Peace and she was walking, she was the walking peace that is going to save us. But no, it's actually because the Metal Gear is a walker that is supposed to bring peace because it carries a nuke, and nukes bring peace.
The reason Peace Walker is a mobile nuclear weapon system is to maximize its potential as a nuclear deterrent.
How so?
If need be, Peace Walker can stay constantly on the move so that the adversary can't pinpoint its position. That allows it to avoid preemptive enemy strikes.
So you're saying it keeps the retaliation card in play?
Coldman likes to brag about it in this way.
Like a land-based version of an SSBN.
And there's another reason for them to be mobile. Peace Walker also has a self-destruct function.
So these are... It's early implementations of both Metal Gear and the Geckos. Because the Geckos are bipedal walkers that have a self-destruct function.
Why would Peace Walker need a self-destruct function?
You saw it, didn't you, Snake? That sphere on Peace Walker's head?
Yeah.
That's a hydrogen bomb.
What? You're telling me that thing's a thermonuclear device? Do they have any idea what kind of destruction that thing would cause?
I know, it's crazy. I mean, even overkill has its limits. If it's strategic value they want, they could have gone with something smaller. It's like they want a weapon on par with Russia's Tsar Bomba.
This arms race is running way out of control.
It's an evolutionary dead end. A saber-toothed tiger. You can't load a warhead that big on a missile, of course. And no strategic bomber could carry it. That's where Peace Walker comes in.
So, it waltzes into enemy territory carrying a hydrogen bomb and blows itself up. Christ.
Dude, that is scary.
The biggest nuclear warhead ever actually detonated was the Soviet RDS-220, nicknamed Tsar Bomba. It had an estimated yield of 57 megatons, 10 times as much power as all the explosives used throughout World War II. The test took place on October 30, 1961, above Novaya Zemlya. The explosion is believed to have created a fireball over 2 miles in diameter. Can you believe that? Like a miniature sun. The explosion was seen as far off as Finland, 600 miles away. And some people even reported windows shattering. The shockwave traveled 3 times around the Earth.
3 times?
Peace Walker is armed with a massive hydrogen bomb, even more destructive than Tsar Bomba. It can sneak into enemy territory, lie low, and in the event of an enemy nuclear strike, detonate itself in retaliation. And the locomotion system that lets it do that? My research. Snake, those legs were supposed to make my dream come true. Now they're about to jump the fence of nuclear deterrence. You have to stop them. I'll apply all my energy into developing weapons and equipment to help you do it.
Sounds like a deal.
Is Tsar Bomba real? If so, I'm going to put stuff up on screen. I'm going to research real quick. Yep. Let me go to the non-AI. We'll just go to the wiki. The Tsar Bomba, codename Ivan or Vana, also known as the alphanumeric designation AN-602, was a thermonuclear aerial bomb and by far the most powerful nuclear weapon ever created and tested. The Soviet physicist Andrei Sakharov oversaw the project at Arzma 16, while the main work of design was by Sakharov, Viktor Adamansky, Yuri Babavey, Yuri Smirnov, and Yuri Trotanev. The project was ordered by First Secretary of the Communist Party Nikita Khrushchev in July 1961 as part of the Soviet resumption of nuclear testing after the test ban moratorium, with detonation timed to coincidence with the 22nd Congress of Communist Party of the Soviet Union. Jeez. And that's a real picture that was captured? That's insane. Well then, that's actually crazy.
What made you put an AI into Peace Walker?
Well, for one thing, because it can't be manned. Peace Walker's designed to enter enemy territory and blow itself up, if necessary. You can't put a person inside a weapon that could blow at any time, can you? So we equipped it with an AI instead.
That's strangely humane of you.
And besides, Peace Walker was designed as a bipedal weapon system. You can't imagine how hard it shakes when it walks. It'd turn a man into mush. Plus, when launching a nuclear missile, it has to perform ballistic calculations in real time. See? Because it's always moving.
Hold on. If that's all it does, then a high-performance computer ought to do the job. It doesn't need intelligence.
That's a very good point, Snake. Which brings me to the real reason. Peace Walker needs AI to make decisions regarding nuclear retaliation. It's what ensures perfectly mutual assured destruction.
I've heard all this before. You want a war between machines?
We'd never actually launched the first nuke, of course. It's strictly a counterattack system. Only a politician could make such an illogical decision as starting a nuclear war. Conversely, if an adversary launches a nuke at us, the AI will not fail to retaliate. Therefore, the adversary can't launch. The AI guarantees it.
Even so, launching nukes without authorization?
Boomer captains have the authority to launch if land communications are cut off. It's the same principle.
Not even the captain of a boomer can make that decision alone. The way I heard it, that's the only situation where insubordination is allowed.
Only because humans are imperfect. That's Coldman's line of thinking.
You're saying that machines don't make mistakes? That's a myth. Worse than that, it's blind faith.
We wouldn't put our fate, into the hands of any ordinary machine. That's what the AI is for. The decision to launch a retaliatory strike requires high-level judgment. You have to take into account not only the state of the war, but the entire world. And sometimes, you need to make a guess based on incomplete information.
Huh. You think an AI can do all that?
Yeah. At least Dr. Strangelove does.
Dude, that's kind of what they're it's crazy when people bring up, you think AI is doing that, but when you see stuff way off into the future, I'm talking like 2077 or even like 2155, like huge numbers into the future, year 3000. AI is making huge decisions. Like AI has become to a point of you're living side by side. Like just when we thought we couldn't live side by side with robots or with pets or like animals, we did. Next will be robots and next will be AI. You're living next to them side by side. It's all about the people in charge and the way we humans react. A combination of both, not just one or the other, a combination of both. And whether or not the AI goes completely wacko and takes over humanity. Same thing with robots. You either get Terminator or I don't know many AI movies, iRobot. So it's all about how good people are.
Peace Walker is fitted with several close-range weapons. We'd also planned for it to be able to enter enemy territory and self-detonate.
Wonderful. What exactly are we dealing with here?
Well, the flamethrowers for one thing. One in the front and one in the rear. Then there are the S-mines. They're like cluster bombs. It scatters them from its leg hatches. If you see those open, you better clear out quickly. And finally, the rockets. These can travel quite a distance, so stay sharp. On the other hand, it can't fire them from too close. But then again, there are those flamethrowers. It can also use its legs as weapons against any infantry on the ground.
Ouch.
But remember, Peace Walker technically isn't complete. With just the reptile pod, it can only perform relatively simple maneuvers. They've got certain quirks, too. What's more, look carefully, and you should be able to predict which attack is coming next.
So I'm assuming in this mission that we do in the next episode, we'll be able to fight them.
Okay, but why does Peace Walker need to walk on two legs? I think treads would be good enough.
You'd be wrong. As you know, the terrain in Central America is rugged and complex, especially along the Caribbean coast of Costa Rica. You've got jungles, swamps, mountains, and the only way to get across all that terrain, no matter how rugged, is on legs.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be tough to cross a swamp, even on legs?
It wasn't easy, that's for sure. The reason we picked Costa Rica as a proving ground is because we can test it on every type of terrain.
This Peace Walker project the CIA's talking about, you believed in it, huh?
Yeah, I believed. Actually, maybe I just wanted to believe.
What do you mean?
Here's how Coldman explained it. Peace Walker's a weapon for peace. One to ensure true nuclear deterrence. It'd be the anchor to bring stability to Central America. He told me, the nuclear weapon system you've built will never be used. It will forever stand vigil as an icon of peace. And to achieve that, he needed my bipedal locomotion technology. To be honest, I was flattered.
Flattered?
Wouldn't you be? My colleagues in the scientific community have never taken me seriously. They told me bipedal locomotion was a pipe dream, that it'd never amount to anything. It was the first time anybody recognized my work. How could I not be happy? And besides, it was my chance to surpass my father. To create nukes for peace. Or so I thought anyway.
But Coldman's really going through with it.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense, really. No one would give the project any notice unless they could prove that an unmanned system is capable of launching a nuke.
Damn, OTACON. Sorry,
why is
Huey.
Coldman gonna launch a nuke?
Not OTACON,
all he wants to do is prove the AI retaliation
OTACON.
system works. He doesn't need to put a live warhead on it.
I agree. He could demonstrate the system by launching the missile alone, without a warhead. I asked him the same thing at first. He said there was no point in using a dummy missile. That it'd take an actual nuclear launch to deter potential enemies. Launching the real deal gives him a leg up in negotiations with Langley. That's what he's really after.
With Langley. It's always Langley, isn't it?
I based the bipedal locomotion technology used in Peace Walker on Soviet research. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I stole most of the basic ideas behind it.
Soviet? Bipedal? You mean Granin?
You know him?
Yeah. I met him at his lab in Russia. He helped me out a little bit.
You met him? What were you?
He was head of the Granin Design Bureau, creator of countless Soviet weapons.
I'd hit a wall in my research at the time. Granin's ideas solved nearly all my problems.
There's nothing unusual about using somebody else's work to further your own research, is there?
As long as you cite it, yeah. But I wasn't in a position to do that. His research was classified at the highest level. Soviet research, no less.
So, you used it without telling anybody?
I wanted to show up my colleagues for once. The ones who never took me seriously. But you reap what you sow. Coldman seized on that vulnerability. Told me if I quit the project, he'd expose my larceny.
He had you by the balls, Doc.
He had you by the balls, Doc. He had your tight, squeezed balls in his hands and said, if you ever cross me, boy, I'ma tell everybody you stole from the Russians.
How'd you get your hands on Granin's research?
That was also Coldman. He used his agency contacts to get a hold of it.
Giving you stolen information, then using it to blackmail you. Damn.
I knew it was Granin's work the minute I saw it. See, I'd been corresponding with him for a while.
Corresponding?
Letters. Between scientists doing the same kind of research. He always complained that nobody understood his ideas on bipedal locomotion.
Ah, so you're the American friend he was talking about.
Obviously, he didn't write a word about the technology in his letters. Except for one time. If by chance anything should happen to me, I entrust my research to you. Better that than handing it over to these ignorant so-called scientists.
Sounds like him, all right.
Then one day, his papers actually came. It wasn't hard for me to imagine what had happened to him. I felt it was my duty to carry on his work after him. And also...
What?
I thought maybe combining his technology with mine could be a way to bring East and West together. Like the docking of Apollo and Soyuz.
It'll never make the history books. And it's still not a reason to plagiarize.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, don't plagiarize, guys. That is the lesson.
I never had the courage to tell the truth.
They're trying to teach.
That's all. I always looked for excuses to cover it up.
Until now.
Huh?
You told me everything. You're no longer a coward.
Oh, look at that. No longer a coward. The Shagobod.
Metal Gear.
Huh? What about it?
You mumbled that when I first explained about Peace Walker. I'm curious what it meant.
Exactly what it says. Metal Gear. Granin coined the term.
Granin did?
He thought of his technology as the metal gear that meshes infantry with artillery.
I like the sound of that. Metal Gear. It's got a nice ring to it. Better than an outright lie like Peace Walker, anyway.
Okay, so I'm starting to really, just with these last couple, that one really, but, and it's starting to all click. Peace Walker is basically the idea of Metal Gear and what Metal Gear would become. All the ideas that would happen in Metal Gear are happening in Peace Walker. These are the ideas, the blueprints of what the main villains were trying to achieve with Peace Walker.
Those papers the CIA gave you, was there any data on the Shagohod in there?
Shagohod?
A nuclear tank that launches IRBMs. It competed against Granin's system for approval.
Oh, the thing with the rockets. Designed by a guy named Sokolov, right?
What's so funny?
No, I was just remembering some of the commentary Granin added to the Shagohod papers. You should have seen the way he badmouthed it. It was too conservative, too ugly.
I can imagine.
He was so angry when he wrote that, he smeared up the ink. And you know how shoddy the paper is over there to begin with.
I'll bet. That's Granin, all right.
Imagine accelerating the launcher itself to 300 miles an hour to extend the range of an IRBM. As stupid as it sounds, it's a hell of a concept. Who but the Soviets would think of using a tank as the first stage of a rocket? I actually took a cue from the Shagohod when I developed the Pupa.
I was about to say, it really looked like it.
You stole that one, too.
Give me a little credit. I only borrowed the concept. The technology is original. As it turned out, hover technology wasn't enough to handle all the terrain in Central America. It relied too much on brute force.
But the Shagohod was a major threat. That thing could corner like you wouldn't believe. Built pretty tough, too.
You sure know a lot about it.
It almost did me in. I couldn't forget it if I tried.
Did you in? So you were the one who took it down. Wow! You really are amazing.
I didn't do it alone.
No, seriously, thank you. We might not be here today if they'd begun mass-producing that thing. Then again, they're hard at work now miniaturizing nuclear warheads. Pretty soon they won't even need an accelerated launcher like the Shagohod.
Great. That means they're that much closer to being able to launch from anywhere in the world.
Yep. Dude, I love this game.
Walker, the Basilisco.
Basilisco? Oh, right, Spanish. That's funny. I once used the codename Basilisk for the Peace Walker platform myself.
What for?
The class of lizards called basilisks can walk atop any type of terrain. In a pinch, they can even stand up on two legs and run across water. Perfect name for a system that can walk anywhere in Central America, right? Plus, there are the legends.
What legends?
The basilisks of legend were highly venomous creatures. There's a story told by the ancient Romans. A knight slew a basilisk by piercing it with his spear. The creature's poison seeped up the spear and killed both horse and rider. Remind you of anything, Snake?
Nuclear deterrence.
Bingo. Kill it, and you die along with it. Your hands are bound. I wanted Peace Walker to be like that.
You should know that people aren't that rational. Sometimes people do things that don't make sense, even when they know they're going to die. Or maybe it's because of that.
Maybe you're right. But that's exactly what I don't understand.
Oh, just one more.
So this Dr. Strangelove was at NASA?
Yeah. Well, actually, Strangelove left for DARPA not long after I joined.
And then the two of you ended up back together doing research in Costa Rica.
Not exactly together. We coordinated on a few things, but the research projects themselves were separate from each other. We had it worked out so that Dr. Strangelove handled the mammal pod, Peace Walker's cerebrum, while I did the rest.
That letter, something to do with your research?
Huh? No, it's yeah, it's a report. Research findings.
Research findings? Anything in there we could use against Peace Walker?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Just don't read it, okay? Promise me you won't?
I promise. I promise. I promise. Well, dude, I was not... we still have 2 more people to find. I was not expecting that many people. I don't think we'll need an RPG. I'll bring it just in case, maybe. But we will not do that in this episode. So thank you guys so much for stopping by for this episode of Peace Walker. It was a while. It was very cool to finally see, like... At first I'm like, okay, yeah, this is an original story. I see where Metal Gear and like the bits and bobs start piecing together, but this right here is a full-fledged step into the story of the first Metal Gear game from the 3rd. Oh my god, I love this, and thank you guys so much. I'm gonna look up the comment right now just so that way I can say it, because I do want to say, yeah, Roy Koopaling, thank you so much for this comment. It's like a big thing in my head of like, what are people enjoying this? Am I just making, I don't know. I'm big no confidence in my head. I'm getting more confident as the videos come out. I hope you can see it in the way I speak and stuff like that. I'm more confident and just more, I just want to make better content for you guys. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Please subscribe, like, share, do all that fun stuff. It really does help. It really does help, guys. We're almost at 500. I love you.